Good afternoon and welcome to the commentary booth. I'm Calm Down.
And I'm Stavros.
How are you, Stavros?
Pro.
Fantastic. We're here to introduce the game between Manifest Destiny and Dead Terrorists. Manifest Destiny, the red team, have brought a Widow, 2 Tengus, 2 Rooks, a Basilisk, 2 Cormorants, a Wolf, and a ubiquitous Badger Mark II.
For the other team, we have a Proteus, 2 Proteuses in fact, a Rook, and an Eros, a Damnation, an Absolution, and a pair of Ishkas, and a Malediction.
Looks like it's going to be an interesting game, as I think. We got the ever popular Kaldari team against some fairly high DPS Tech 3 cruisers and the rest of the team. So the match is just getting underway. Straight away, we can see all those missiles, as if that was a surprise to anyone in particular, shooting across the field towards the Aneros of the Dead Terrorist team.
Hoping that will be the linchpin of the Dead Terrorist strategy in this match, obviously.
Yeah, of course. If anyone's interested, by the way, I am not managing to referee this match somehow from the commentary booth. GM Nova, very experienced GM, is refereeing this at the moment. So, as we can see, damage being applied to the Aneros, which is keeping its range, obviously not particularly effective against these
going down fairly fast, really.
Range missiles. Yeah, it is, absolutely. Bleeding into structure already. He's not going to be surviving very much longer. And
fight so far looking very one-sided.
Yeah, absolutely. Ishkor going down as well. Malediction taking some damage. It's not an awful lot going on the Manifest Destiny team.
Rook taking some slight shield damage there, holding at around 50% shields.
Yeah, of course. Basilisk, doing its job, keeping it alive there while the Dead Terrorists
definitely
are being
one-sided so far. The second Rook now for Dead Terrorists into armor already, just breezing through its shields there. Very bad news here, it looks like, for the Dead Terrorist team.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen these Tech 3 cruisers pull off some amazing things so far in this tournament, but you've got to wonder, once there's only 2
the level of amazing they're going to be required to pull off is steadily rising.
Yes. We should count this match in amazingness level required for Tech 3 ships to win. So I think the amazingness level is probably currently at about maybe a 5 or a 6.
Yes. Out of 10. We'll go with out of 10.
Out of 10. It's
10 being a great scale to work with for stuff I know what I'm talking about.
Yes. I heard you know an awful lot about Internet Spaceship Stavros.
It's serious spaceship-related business.
Indeed. So the Badger Mark II now taking some damage for the Manifest Destiny team, and one of the Rooks gone down, which is obviously going to let the Dead Terrorist team apply some more damage, but I don't think it's going to be helping them much at this point.
I don't think so at the time. However, the damage to the Dead Terrorist team appears to have stabilized. One of their second Ishkar, in fact, slowly trickling through its armor there. It's at about 10-20% armor. It looks like that won't be with us much longer. But the Badger for the Manifest Destiny team has now died, and it looks like they're just about to lose their
wow,
Rook.
That Rook went down really
I think,
fast.
The level of awesome required from the Tech 3 ships is slowly being lowered again now.
As they unleash their awesome onto that Rook in tandem. And it's
Scorpion now for Manifest Destiny, getting absolutely pummeled through its shields. I've seen cruisers and things go down faster than this battleship here.
Yeah, well, they do have pretty poor
it's a Widow, not a
Scorpion.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's a new
ship.
ship.
Hear the people running to the forums right now.
That's just
that guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Anyway, it does pretty much the same job, except it's got less hit points and it's 1 point less in this tournament, and kind of around the same thing. In this case, its job being dying horribly to 2 Proteuses.
Yep, definitely. Although we can see now the Malediction for Dead Terrorists is looking like it's on its way out. The Ishka still hanging on in there.
Yeah, surprising this Damnation being primaried not primaried so much as taken damage early on though.
Yeah, we're seeing quite a mixed amount of damage going on to the Dead Terrorist teams. All of their ships have taken at least some shield damage, whereas if we look at the Manifest Destiny team, their Basilisk now is the only ship that they have that has taken any damage whatsoever, so it looks like much more focused fire coming from the Dead Terrorists. However, the match, it looks like at this point it's still, it's anybody's game really.
Yeah, I think Dead Terrorists have done a good job of pulling this back a little bit for the team. The Proteus is really taking the toll. I'm not entirely sure what the Manifest Destiny team are thinking shooting at the Damnation this early in the game. Such a big hit point buffer ship with so little realistic effect actively on the fight anyway.
The Cormorant there for Dead Terrorists, it looks like, a Cormorant there for the Manifest Destiny, it looks like Dead Terrorists is switching around their damage. The Ishka is on the slightest sliver, oh there he goes, it's dead.
0 health, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, for all the people in the Alliance Tournament channel in-game who are complaining horribly about the fact that our commentary is terrible, we're not really here because we're good commentators, are we?
No, not really.
No, we're more here for the lol factor.
Yeah, and also we bullied our way in the door, really.
Yeah, we pretty much just push into the studio and start commentating. So yeah. Anyway, Proteus' awesomeness factor, I would say they're probably still stable at a good 5.
A good 5 required here to win this match now.
I mean, well, they're really pushing through the shields of this Tengu at this point, though, and given the fact that neither of them are yet into armor.
Nope. Looking at the bottom there for the Wolf as well, going through its shields, and the second cormorant there for Manifest Destiny, looking like it's well on its way out. It looks like they're both teams here appear to be plugging through the small ships of either side. And it looks like we're going to be left with very soon a battle between 2 Tengus and a Basilisk versus 2 Proteuses and a Damnation.
Yeah, very soon.
Not really a fan of the name Tengu in a ship. It sounds like it should be some kind of penguin.
It's kind of Japanesey, isn't
Japanesey,
it?
Maybe, yes.
Yes, kind of
yes, not a fan.
Do you remember back in the day when we were good at this and didn't talk over each other all the time? That was cool, wasn't it? Oh,
definitely not like riding a bike. Definitely not like riding a bike.
Did you hear they're introducing something called tracking into Eve soon?
Yes. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I'm really worried about what that feature will do to me.
I'm not sure what it's going to do to my artilleries.
No.
Yes. Anyway, so the Tengu still going through shields just past its peak recharge, which is not good. We're going to see that out very, very shortly.
I think this could be decisive. If one of these Tengus does go out, it's going to be a severe problem.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think Manifest Destiny will have enough DPS left to break any of the remaining ships. I mean, that Damnation's hovering on about, what would you say there, about 20% armor?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to be a better commentator, I would have been looking at what was going on and why they were needing to shoot the Damnation.
Let's be honest, people don't want to listen to us commentate about what's going on and what's actually happening.
So how are you at the moment, Stavros?
I'm great.
How are you feeling? How are you? Yes.
Anyway, back to the match.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, this Tengu about to drop 2 Proteuses right on top of it. Not a good situation for any ship to be in. I would love someone to tell me why this Damnation is still being primary. I mean, all these Tengus are have been on top, easily in range of this for the whole game. Not enough E-War to stop them doing anything, and yet they still chose to kill the Damnation, which is just
it might in fact
so
go down
unusual.
there. It's starting to bleed through into structure. It's tanking.
It's
really,
gonna
really
go,
well,
but I mean, the amount of time that it's bought those 2 Proteuses to really go to town on the Manifest Destiny team is I mean, it's pretty much done the job that people always wanted to do. Is people shoot at it and you win the fight, you lose one.
There we go. The Damnation's gone down just in time for one of the Tengus for Manifest Destiny to join it in ship Oblivion.
Yeah, so we've now got a Tengu, a Basilisk, and a Wolf for Manifest Destiny, and 2 Proteuses still alive for the Dead Terrorist team, which actually puts them on identical points at the moment. Which
I was just about to ask if we put on our Matt's hats.
Yes. One of the things that I am kind of useful for is the fact that I know all the points.
We knows them.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, exactly the same points at the moment. So although we've got plenty of time left in this match, we are going to see
things kind of at a standstill here now. Nobody's taking any damage. Ships are moving around.
And we don't know really what to talk about because we're not very good at this. And apparently Stevie's in shot. Hi, Stevie.
Hi.
How are you? Okay, let's go and take a look at these Proteuses and see what they're doing over here. Proteus is burning across the field at the moment with the micro-warp drives on. Just catching the Basilisk, and the Basilisk is now webbed, and I don't think that's going to survive very long.
No, I don't think so. And this will be the decisive, I think, winning point here for Dead Terrorists. Obviously, as we now know, they are an equal points value currently, but the Basilisk looking like it's in a world of hurt there, quickly ploughing through its shields.
This Basilisk is going to go down faster than Stavros's Guardian can cloak.
Yes. My Guardians, of course, well known for cloaking during these battles.
So the Proteus now, they've started working on its armor, but with only a Wolf and a Tengu to deal this damage. The Wolf, obviously, once it gets in close, it is probably not going to survive long once they start to shoot it anyway.
I was saying that one of the I think it's pretty much over.
Although again, I mean, we've seen what happens before when you put blaster ships at a long range against a missile ship like a Tengu. And they have to get all the way over there with cap intact to fire, able to tackle it, and you know. I mean, it
is worth noting here that the top Proteus of Menace Ace for Dead Terrorists, he's lost I would say about a third of his armor there. So you know it's. We have seen like these Tech 3 ships perform absolutely heroic feats in this tournament so far. So you know we've already been slightly wrong with our predictions for this match one.
In fact, maybe we should switch over to awesomeness factor required for Tengu to win match now.
Maybe this would be a more relevant scale for our listeners.
I would say as this Wolf goes down, it's not going to last very much longer. By the time this goes down, the Proteus is going to be on 50% armor. I would say we're looking at maybe a 7, possibly even an 8 awesomeness factor required.
Awesomeness required here, yes, definitely.
Now this Tengu now is at, according to my triangulation, I would say about 76.4 kilometers away from these Proteuses.
That's
you
can tell that people often ask me why do you guys qualify to be experts? That's why.
Triangulation on the spot.
It's definitely not reading numbers off a screen here,
no,
people.
Absolutely.
This is hardcore mathematics.
This Wolf is now down. So these Proteus now, you're looking at about 75 kilometers for them to cross to get to this Tengu. Which
really
is still
like
on full hit points to all intents and purposes. The Proteus is almost certainly going to be dead by the time it gets there, leaving this to be a 1v1 Tech 3 ship battle.
One of the great, I mean, I think we've seen, we're at the quarters now, so this is the kind of fight you expect, really, isn't it? When you get, to this level with these kind of caliber of teams, this is what we really want to see. You want to see these close battles, lots of things dying on either side. You don't want these sissy rubbish battles where kind of one thing dies on one side and somebody gets destroyed.
Absolutely. I mean, it is pretty much a given that any game we commentate on is going to be amazingly awesome as well.
Or we can just talk utter bullshit for the rest of the time just to entertain people.
We could. Now, unlike the Hero Tengu seen in previous matches, this Tengu does not have a micro warp drive fitted, so the Proteuses are catching him. The Proteuses now warp scrambled this Tengu, so even if he did have a micro warp drive, he'd be done anyway. So now it just remains to be seen whether the one Proteus that's MWD'd over is going to still be alive. The Proteus that MWD'd over is the one on higher hit points, which is a lot more
I actually had some MSN messages the other day from some of my friends who I don't think have played the game in a while, who were asking, why would you need a warp scrambler fitted for the tournament?
Yes.
Would you care to explain why that is necessary?
Yeah, warp scramblers deactivate micro warp drives and make you 25 times more awesome.
Cool.
In tournaments. So deactivated micro warp drives, obviously.
The 25 times more awesome, of course, is a leftover from previous tournament fights.
Exactly, yeah. That's it's very important. Previous tournament fights, such as those including Tengus and so on, which is a great name, I think. Don't you agree?
Not too keen.
No. Anyway, Menace Ace's Proteus is going down now. The Tengu of Bull Shoals
let's just check the awesomeness level required to win this fight.
Yeah, I think the Tengu's maybe at an 8 awesomeness level or so now.
Definitely.
By the time Menace Ace goes down, which is going to be very soon, he's going to be 1v1 with a Proteus, but he's already going to be in probably 50% shield remaining.
Approaching peak recharge though, so there we go. The Proteus of Menace Ace for Dead Terrorists is down. This is an incredibly exciting match.
Tech 3 1v1. That's almost the same as the FanFest tournament, which is going to be a Tech 1 3v3, except divided by 3.
Wow.
This is pretty similar in so many ways.
I heard that was going to be awesome.
Fantastic. So yeah,
very little maths required to understand what the hell you're talking about there.
Absolutely.
Very little.
So Bull Shoals of Tengu now at about 65-70% shields. Obviously a shield tank ship. Chrysania's Proteus, probably with a slightly larger buffer. Obviously,
I'd say about
no
87.5% armor there.
87.5. Yeah, maybe just dipping into 0.2 right now. This is going to be interesting. The Proteus obviously with a higher damage output in all likelihood at this range. The Tengu were a slightly better tank. This is basically a numbers game now between these two pilots.
Yep.
This Tengu's not going to go anywhere. They're going to shoot each other. The Proteus has got the advantage of having drones on its side as well, which are currently shooting at the Tengu, and they are hammerhead too.
I just want to, can we get a quick time check as well, please? How long is left on this incredibly exciting match, and indeed, how long do you lovely people have to listen to our voices? I know some of you will be terribly upset.
5 minutes remaining on this match. The Tengu for Manifest Destiny has only probably dropped 10% shield since we last talked about the tip points. The Proteus, on the other hand, has dropped about 25-30%
Definitely the Tengu looking stronger
armor.
At this point in the match.
Tengu
I'd say it's down to a 6 level of awesomeness.
I would say it probably only needs like maybe a 2 level of awesomeness to win now. Really? Yeah, I mean, a 0 level of awesomeness meaning the fight's going to be even. I would say a 2. Well, if it does win, I would definitely say that this is an awesome ship.
Possibly even an hero ship.
Possibly an hero ship and the best ship of the tournament, maybe.
Worst name.
There are 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in this match. These matches are indeed 15 minutes long, so with the 2 minutes and 30 seconds or just under left, if one of these ships
I think we're seeing the Proteus going to go down here. I think the Proteus is going down.
Did you work that out with mathematics?
I worked it out with mathematics and my eyes.
And your eyes.
And my eyes.
You're a very great commentator.
I have, good eyesight. It allows me to see things.
Now, if this
screens.
Proteus doesn't go down before the end of the match,
I was going to ask about this.
A draw.
Do they have to answer like potluck questions in that case? Like a
well, what we're actually going to do is we're going to mount a wheel on the wall and we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to have Stevie SG standing there and it's just going to have names on it of what happens.
Really? Was this decided before, or are you just making a shit up as you go along?
I'm just making this up right now because I'm the head judge and I can do whatever I want.
There's a really good picture of you on the net, actually.
With a head judge badge. Is that true? I have not seen this picture. I think pretty much it's a given that this Tengu's going to win now. He's actually just hitting peak recharge, whereas the Proteus is about to run out of armor, unfortunately for him.
Yep. This has been quite an exciting match in that it's gone like, it's been going either way at times.
Yeah.
But it's just really showing the power of these Tech 3 ships as well when piloted and flown properly by,
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I would like to say that our original prediction at this point is looking like we were right.
Yep.
Thus proving that we are the best commentators and disproving everyone in the Alliance tournament chat who's saying we are horrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not
Totally.
true. We are right.
Pros,
We are always
absolutely
right.
pro.
Absolutely.
Please don't die, Mr. Tengu, with the terrible.
Yes. No, Tengu's not going to die.
We got smoke.
Proteus is going to die,
It's
and Manifest
gone.
Destiny take the game. In a
Nice.
fantastic 1v1 Tech 3 match at the end. Just what we like to see. That's Stavros. What we like to see.
Yep.
Very good.
Well, welcome to
It's also on
the
television.
portal to the
Wow.
past. Yeah, this isn't actually 1997 or whenever it was that you guys were
I like
commentators.
the 90s. They were
Yeah,
awesome.
Well,
good
the
man.
90s were great.
Yeah, great music.
I see you're still wearing the same thing you wore then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
Schneeb.
snap.
Can we see that?
But yes, hello, I'm Stevie SG. Welcome to the commentary booth for the second half of this,
Hi.
coming up to the finals of the 7th Alliance tournament. I'm joined partly by Calm Down and Stavros, but mostly by CCP Claw,
Hi.
who is the tournament organizer, and CCP Capslock, who is awesome.
I know I am.
Yeah.
He also does some work occasionally on the
He
tournament
does.
as well.
He does do some
Part-time
work.
caps lock.
Part-time caps lock, that's what we
Part-time.
call it.
Yeah. What do you do on the tournament?
I'm basically responsible for website updates and getting huge spreadsheets of information into some kind of legible form on the internet, which I do with some degree of success.
Well, there you go. It's important and serious business.
It is.
And CCP Claw, well, you created this. You are, in fact, the god
Well,
of the tournament.
I kind of took over in the middle of what was already a fantastic tournament setup after AT7. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see the way it's evolved and changed the last couple. It's good to see all the newer teams that we have nowadays
Definitely.
instead of the same people every time. It's just a really, really great event, and it's awesome. And you guys make it awesome. We make it awesome, probably more than you,
yeah.
but you are still pretty
It's
awesome.
about an 80-20 split.
Yeah, I would say the awesomeness level required for you to overcome us is probably 11.
11.
I would
11.
say. But you guys are cool as well.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Now, this obviously isn't your first tournament. You are a seasoned tournament organizer. What did you have in mind when you know you have a tournament to do, and you just basically get to make up what the rules are?
Yeah, I mean, we have a very solid basis for the rules for the tournament now. You know, we know the rules we have work. Generally, we just try to kind of alter the rules to maybe take out any of the impurities, the unfair bits that we don't like 2 Guardians repping each other and so on, or 9 Ishtars or whatever. We also just try to change some of the rules just for the sake of changing up the tournament a little bit, to try and keep it a little bit fresh, a little bit interesting, a little bit different.
So you do change rules to make more interesting matches?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, this is a competition, and the rules have to reflect that, but it's also a TV show, and we want people to watch it
What
and enjoy
interesting
themselves.
fights. It's about a split between taking the elements out of the game that make the game what
Yeah.
it is, and basically pushing those through into what makes interesting television. Can I just do a quick shout out to my girlfriend? Who's
You
been
can.
doing
I
the
was going to
makeup?
let you in a
Sasha.
minute, but
I
you
know,
can do it
but
now.
I'll get murdered if I don't.
Just
Go,
need to
go.
get that in.
And stop slapping the desk.
I've
Yes,
stopped
stop
slapping
slapping
the
the desk.
Did you do your shout out? I couldn't hear over the slapping.
Yes, I think I did.
Okay. Hi, Sasha.
Hi, Sasha.
Anyway.
Subsessions.
Yeah. So
Can I do a shout out?
you can do a
or am I
shout.
not
You,
allowed
you,
to?
no, you
Can I
as
give a
well.
shout out
Just-
to my family who are watching at home and my 10-year-old cousin? No, he's not 10. I am a terrible cousin. Anyway, my cousin Andrew, who recently started playing Eve. You're awesome.
I think in summation, Dave and Ian, pro at commentating, crap at shout-outs
Yes, and numbers.
and numbers
Yes.
and
Yeah.
maths and
Yeah.
some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you're not crap at is organising a tournament. Which
No,
is very,
apparently
very good.
I'm actually very good
What
at
have
that.
you thought about the tournament? Because you're not going to be able to go on the couch, so we're not going to be able to
No.
ask you this stuff any other
Well, at
time.
least
This
not
is
that
all we
couch.
get of him. He's precious. So what have you loved? What haven't you loved?
I've loved the fact that so many of the games have come down to skill. Like last tournament, a lot of them did, but even more so this tournament, a lot of them have come down to FCN choices, piloting choices, the way ships have been flown. I mean, we saw a game today where a Drake overheated its guns to the point where it couldn't fire anymore,
I think they were missiles.
which is a piloting mistake, which makes a big difference. And
Yeah.
we've seen a Tengu take out 4 cruisers, a 1v1 Tech 3 match, you know, all those come down to skill, which is what we really wanted to accomplish, is to see, you know, players' abilities coming through as much as the setups and so on.
Yep.
Nice. Sorry, I'm just reading a lines chat there. It's
Could
edutainment.
you be in the room when we ask you to be in the room? Just right here.
What?
It's
Oh, yeah,
important.
the tournament.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he's
sorry.
in the room, but half of his ego didn't fit.
Yeah, it's a small door.
Yes.
Epic fan. Well, I think
But it's true.
unfortunately I can't ask from questions from home for you guys because you're going to have to scoot off and get back to the tournament and running the tournament, as it were.
Yes, apparently so.
But if you do have any questions for our other commentators, you can go to the Stevie SG thread on the EVE Online forum in the Alliance tournament bracket thing, and you can get a question to me. Also, you can post your rig, which is posting how you're watching.
Oh, your TV,
Oh.
that's
your
a great
TV.
thread.
It's
Yes.
a really good thread. See if you can find it. It's
Great
CCP
thread.
Whispers thread,
Rate
and
my rig.
And yeah, and it's how you're watching the tournament, if you've hooked it up to a wide screen, if you've ordered lots of pizza, if you've got a party going on to watch the tourney, anything like that, we wanna see those pictures.
If anyone's got a party going on to watch the tourney, I want to see the pictures. That would be awesome.
that would be pretty
If you want to put some
awesome.
tequila in your eye or something as well.
Yeah, maybe. Who do that? Silly.
Also, our viewer figures are going through the roof. If you know anybody,
Naturally, let's be
I
honest.
mean, right now they are anyway. We may have just peaked. Let's face it.
I'm sure a lot of people have. And
Let's face it. Now would be the time to do it.
so if you do have people that don't know much about EEL or anything like that, spam them the link. Spam them the link to this feed. They'll see the best matches with the best commentators and the best people on the sofa and the best IRC people. And
we need to get rid of the Stavros retardism. Okay, so the guy who just typed that, I mean, I'm not going to say. Yeah. Anyway,
I hate
yeah.
that retardism.
You should probably spell right before you
probably.
accuse someone of being a retard. That's all I'm going to say. Sorry, Stevie, did I interrupt you?
It's kind of hard to host webinar, really.
Anyway,
I think we have to finish this 10-minute hand something.
I think we should finish this right now.
I'm pretty sure I'm in charge at the time, and I think we should go for like 5 minutes more.
I think I have a microphone, so you'll listen to what I have to say over the Soundwave.